Okay, so welcome to your second lesson in the first quarter. So last time I asked you to classify different products according to their properties. So now, as you can see, as we go back to those products, you notice that these products have their own labels. With the help of these labels, you can easily identify what are the products that you need when you buy in the stores, sar store, grocery store. Yeah. You can easily find the products that you need because of their labels. Okay? And aside from that, aside from the name or the name of the product, some of the elements of a good product label is it also provides customers with information to help you in your decision to buy or to help get the best out of using the product. Okay? So what is the purpose of a label or a product label? Again, so the identity of a product is determined by its label. So our lesson for today is about the importance of interpreting product labels and proper disposal of waste. So we are going to divide our lesson into four parts. First is about the importance of product labels. Second is the symbols of hazardous materials. Third is how to read product labels. And last is the proper storage and disposal of waste. So first is the importance of product labels. So we have here two products, two different brands of chocolate milk powder. We have here Milo and Ovaltine. So these are the same product with different brands. And with the help of the product labels, you can easily identify the product that you want. So what is the how to read product labels and what is the importance of product labels. So I have here another example of corned beef products and tuna. Different brands of corned beef. We have CDO, Argentina, Star, Pure Foods, and Bonga. So of course, my favorite corned beef is CDO, so I will choose the CDO Carne Norte Classic. But for those who want other brands, you may consider them also. So with the help of the product labels, you can easily find the product that you want. Okay? So this brand varies in terms of the ingredients of their products. For example, we have here the same corned beef, but they varies in the taste of the corned beef because of the ingredients within that brand. So we have here an example of tuna, Century Tuna, and 555 Tuna. So you have 55 Tuna, we have flakes in oil, sisig, while in Century Tuna, we have mechado and adobo. Okay? So with the help of product labels, you can easily find the product that you want. Okay? So you have here an example of a tuna. This is the tuna. And then we have aside from the name of the product, the product labels contains nutrition facts. Okay? These nutrition facts help you identify the different content of that product. So we have here an example. We have here tuna. It says that it's sugar-free with 42 grams of protein, 1.4 grams of fat, 0 gram of fiber, 191 calories, and 0 gram of carbs. Okay, this is one importance of product labels because it can easily help you identify the different uh, contents of that product. So aside from these nutrition facts, these are the three basic things that you have to remember in buying products. First is the dates of manufacture and date of expiration. Okay, so you have to remember these things. Different materials have different characteristics. They are labeled according to their value and uses. Okay, so the pieces of information on products such as the dates of manufacture and expiration Okay, should these three things should give importance. You should give importance to these three things. Okay. So we have here dates of manufacture, warnings or precautions on the use of the product, and of course the storage instruction. The warnings are usually presented using uh, different icons. So I will show you those icons later. And the expiration date tells you until when the product is safe and still effective. So I have here an example here on the picture, different boxes, and then you can see the better if used by August 13, 2015. And here, whole grain, better if used by April 15, 2016. Okay. So I have here different parts of a nutrition facts that you have to consider. First is the serving sizes. Serving sizes is here at number 1. This is the serving size. Okay. These are given in units like cups or pieces, followed by a standard unit of measurement, which is 228 grams in this example. Yan. And then second, number 2 is the amount of calories. Okay, it's number 2, amount of calories indicated. Okay, it is important to manage your intake, whether in gaining, losing, or maintaining your body's weight, especially those people who are very um, very aware of their weight. Okay, yung mga and third is the limiting nutrients. Limiting nutrients, number 3 here, the orange one. It is the portion where you are informed that the product may contain unhealthful nutrients. Okay? Remember that eating too much total fat can increase your risk of getting certain diseases. So I have here an example, total fat is 12 grams. Okay, saturated fat, 3 grams, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium. Okay, so you have to take note of the nutrients found in the product that you usually buy, especially if you have um, heart disease or you are watching your intake of different products. Fourth is get enough of this. That is number 4, the blue one. Okay, this is the section in which dietary needs or healthy nutrients needed by the body are listed. These are the things that your body needs. Eating enough food containing these nutrients like vitamins indicated here will help you improve your health and help reduce the risk of some diseases. So I have here an example. Of course, the dietary fiber, none. Vitamin A, 4%. Vitamin C, 2%. And calcium, 20%. Iron, 4%. This is an example of a nutrition fact for a macaroni cheese. So in this product, you have here vitamin A, C, calcium, and iron. That's a good news. Next is percent daily value. That is the purple one here, number 6. Okay. So this is the part of the label which informs you if the nutrients listed contribute a little or a lot based on the amount of nutrients your body needs every day. So some of these have 0%, like the dietary fiber. You have here the total fat is 18%, and then the vitamins provided. So if it is 5%, it means that it is low, 20% or more is, of course, high. And then last is the footnote. At number 5, footnote with daily values. Okay, it indicates the of amounts of total fat, saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium that you should eat every day. It also includes a suggested intake from the listed amount should be avoided. So I have here this is like a summary Percentile values are based on a 2,000 calorie diet. So it usually states how you should maintain your intake if you just have to lessen or at least eat this once a week or once a month, depending on your limitations. So next are the hazardous elements, hazardous signs that we need to consider in buying products. So we have here acute toxic, yan, health hazard, flammable, exclamation mark, flame over circle, gas cylinder, exploding bomb, environmental hazard, and corrosion. These labels are also important in other products like uh, common household materials. So these are the hazardous signs that we usually encounter in the household materials. Okay, these kinds of household products contain hazardous substances. That's why you will usually encounter this type of signs. Okay, so household products that are harmful should be handled, used, and stored properly. So refer to this image, acute toxic, it means that it is dangerous. Maybe it's dangerous for you to smell these products. Health hazard also, it is poisonous, flammable from the word itself. It may cause fire, exclamation mark. It means that you have to take precautionary measures in using this product. Flame over circle. Um, Flame over circle is actually means that it may also contribute uh, to the occurrence of fire. Gas cylinder. This you will often encounter these signs in a container of gas. For example, in the gas tank that we usually use in cooking. And then you have exploding bomb, explosive, environmental hazard. These are the products that might contribute to the environmental pollution if you will not able to properly dispose this type of things. And then corrosive, it means a corrosion. These are the type of products that may react to other chemicals if you will accidentally mix them. So you have to really take care. You have to properly look at the labels found in the products that you usually buy, especially when you are with your parents or guardians. You have to practice reading the labels. Next is how to read product labels. What to remember when reading product labels? Of course, number one is to always read the product labels. Always read the product labels, know the components of the product. It is a good, because it's a good practice to check the label. There's a commercial that always is check the label. For harmful components, especially if you are allergic to something. So you have to be always aware, always read the product label. Next is choose products with clear directions on what to do when using them. Okay, do not rely on what you know or what you used to do in using the product. So have an example of Del Monte tidbits. There's an instruction on how to use it when cooking Mexican macaroni salad. This is very helpful, especially if you are new in using those kind of products. Next is consider correct amount of dosages for medicines and specific instructions in using the product. Okay, consider correct amount or dosages for medicines and specific instructions. Okay, the how to use label helps you figure out what to do and how to use it. So the instruction label is one of the most useful parts in product labels. For example, here are vitamins, specifically Growy syrup. Usually vitamins, it says there 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. Okay, that's one way of saying the amount of dosages. But for tablets, usually the dosage of drinking medicine is usually stated by your own physician. Next is never ignore the warning signs. Just like this, warning hot surface. Okay, possible side effects may happen or may be experienced. So the warning signs make consumers or buyers like you feel safer, especially if you know what you are using. So this is important as it may also save your life. So we have an example here for the pesticides. Yeah, it says there different signs for different insects. Ayan. So you have to always be aware, you have to always listen to the warning signs because it will help you in using the products in a safer way. Then uh, last is comparing information in labels of similar products. So when you are buying products, usually ayan, you need to compare the same product with different brands, if they are generic or branded, or if they are different brands. It is a good practice before deciding what is best. Doing this helps you value health and safety more. Okay, then let's proceed to the last topic. This is what to do, how to properly store and dispose your waste. So I have an example of a refrigerator. How do you usually manage the products in your refrigerator? You just put them wherever you want to, or you arrange them um, depending on their use and properties. Okay, so after buying different household products from the groceries, of course, we usually place and store them in their proper places. So we store them in the kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, laundry room, garage, or stock room. So let us find out how to properly store products. First is, of course, follow the label directions in storing the products. Okay? So products with the same uses should be placed together. Of course, those products that are usually need or cleaning products must be placed in the same cabinet. And then, of course, here I have an example. The cosmetics also have their own storage. Second is store products properly. Okay, store products properly. We have here an example in the refrigerator. Of course, you have to store the vegetables in the same part, the eggs at the top, the door portion, and then the fruits. So household cleaners should be stored in the kitchen. Those products that you need in cleaning, ayan, below the sink. Ayan. Food products should be stored in the cabinet above the sink or an area away from heat and household cleaners. Okay, cosmetics, just like earlier, cosmetics should be placed in the bedroom cabinet. And then the hazardous products like pesticides, insecticides, paints, and thinners should be stored on high shelves, those who cannot be reached by children. Ayan. Do not store hazardous products in the same area with food. So as you notice also when you are buying in a grocery store, di ba, the cashier always separate food products that you bought from the cosmetic products and the cleaning materials that you bought. Okay, notice that. Third is leave the product stored in its original container with the original label attached. So I have here an example of salt and sugar. If you remove them on their container, you will not notice what is salt and what is sugar unless you taste it. Okay, so you have to maintain or leave the product on its original container. Or if you really want to remove it, you just do not forget to label it. Okay, and then you have here an example of a container. Usually, alcohol are placed in this container. But without the label, you cannot easily identify if it is an alcohol or just water. Okay, so some people in your house might drink it, and later on, they will just figure out that they're drinking alcohol. And then alcohol used for cleaning your hands. Fourth is store incompatible products separately. Keep flammable products away from corrosive products or those products that might react to other products. Okay? So never store those products near your food. Okay? Food or beverage containers. So having an example of different products that we usually buy in the grocery store, we have here, of course, Tide, cleaning materials, Tide, Zonrox, Safeguard, Joy. You have to separate this from these food products such as Tato Puti, Latest Choice, Pancit Canton, Colgate, Tide Bar. You have to separate these two, these cleaning materials from the food products. Okay, 5 is store volatile products in a well-ventilated area. So when you say volatile, usually these are, of course, flammable products, hazardous products. You have to keep them away from heat, sparks, or any sources of ignition. You have to keep this away from the other materials that may trigger accidents like fire. And then 6, know where flammable materials are located in your home and know how to extinguish them in case of fire. So I have an example of flammable products that we usually use at home. Of course, the gas tank that we need to cook food, of course, in the kitchen. So these are found in the kitchen. So you have to be aware that there are flammable materials found in the kitchen, and you have to be aware where to find the fire extinguisher. Okay. Last is what to do, how to dispose waste, how to dispose products. Okay, number 1 is never dispose of hazardous product. Instead, use it up or give it to garbage collection expert. Okay, so if you must dispose of a hazardous household product, read the product label carefully. Okay, you have it in a picture. You have to read the product label carefully and follow the recommendations for disposal. Okay, if the recommended disposal method is not possible and you cannot use up the product, then you should store the product until a suitable disposable method is available. Okay, never dispose of hazardous household product unless you can actually follow the instructions on how to dispose them. If not, you just give it properly to a garbage collector and say to them that these are hazardous materials, so that they may know how to um, properly dispose them. Because you cannot um, mix these hazardous products to the other waste that we have at home. Second is do not bury. Please do not bury household waste or any containers empty or full in your backyard, because these are what are the things that we usually um, what are the products that we need, we are allowed to bury in a compost pit. Those are the biodegradable materials. You are not allowed, it is not good to bury non-biodegradable materials, especially large containers such as this. You are not helping to the environment if you do this. Okay? Third is do not dispose of. Do not dispose of any materials by pouring it in the sink. Okay? Do not pour hazardous materials in the sink or sinkholes. Okay? Because they might actually go to the streams. Do not, and also do not mix wastes. This code This could create a violent reaction or form a more hazardous product. For example, you have there in your house hazardous products that are already expired. Do not mix them with other products, please. Okay? And if you're not sure how to dispose them, just you can always search in the internet how to properly dispose hazardous wastes like that. Okay? And last is when disposing of pesticides, leave them in the original container. Okay, so for example, you have their Baygon, other pesticides in your house. Dispose them together with the original container, but do not bury them. Okay, this will help the segregation team in the Philippines to easily separate them in the landfill, easily separate them from other solid wastes. Okay, so I think that's all. Thank you so much and have a good day.